Where the devil could Romeo be? Didn't he come home last night?
Not to his father's house. I asked one of his servants.
That fair-skinned, hard-hearted witch. Rosaline is going to torment him until he goes insane.
Tybalt, old Capulet's nephew. He sent a letter to Romeo's father's house.
I bet it's a challenge.
Romeo will answer.
Any man who knows how to write can answer a letter.
No! Romeo will respond, telling Tybalt whether he accepts the challenge.
Oh, poor Romeo. He's already dead. He's been stabbed by a white girl's black eye. He's been cut through the ear with a love song. The centre of his heart has been split by Cupid's arrow. Is he man enough at this point to face with Tybalt?
Why? What's Tybalt's story? Come on,
He's tougher than a prince of cats. He does everything by the book. He fights like one would sing, paying attention to the time, distance, and proportion. He takes the proper rest, 1, 2, and a third in your heart. He's the butcher who can slice a silk button. He's the master of duels. He's gone to the best fencing schools and he knows how to turn any argument into a sword fight. He knows the passado, the punto reverso, and the high.
He knows what?
I hate these crazy affected guys who use these foreign phrases, the newfangled expressions. I hate their weird mannerisms and their strange accents. I hate it when they say, by Jesus, this is a very good blade, a very good man, a very good... Isn't this a sad thing? A very good man. Why would you put up with these foreign buzzards, these fashion mongers, and these men who say, pardon me, these guys who care so much about manners, that they can't kick back on the bench without whining? Oh, my aching bones.
Here comes Romeo. Here comes Romeo.
He looks skinny like a dried herring without its eggs, and he hasn't got his Rosaline. His flesh turned pale like a weak fish, and now he's ready for Petrarch's story. Compared to Romeo's go, Laura was a kitchen slave. Shelley has better love to make rhymes. Dido was shabbily dressed. Cleopatra was a gypsy girl, and Helen and Hero were sluts and harlots. This bee might have a blue eye or two, but that doesn't matter. Signor Romeo, bonjour. There's a French greeting that matches your drooping French-style pants. You faked us pretty good last night.
Good morning to you both. What do you mean I faked you out?
You gave us the slip, sir. Slip. Can't you understand what I'm saying?
You can sit down now.
Excuse me, good Mercutio. I have a very important business to take care of. It was so important that I had to forget about courtesy and good manners.
In other words, important business made you flex your buttocks.
You mean do a curtsy?
You hit the target, sir.
That's very polite and courteous explanation.
Yes, I am the pink flower, the master of courtesies and manners.
The pink flower.
Right.
Well then, my pump is well decorated with flowers.
All right, my witty friend, this joke has worn out your pump. Its thin skin is all worn out. This joke is all you have left.
This is a bad joke. It's all silliness.
Come break this up, Benvolio. I'm losing the duel of wits.
Keep going, or I'll declare myself the winner.
Now for jokes, go on a wild goose chase and finished. You have more wild goose in one of your jokes than I have one of 5 mine. Was aiming close to you in the chase for the goose.
You were never with me for anything if you weren't there for the goose.
I'll bite you on the ear for that joke.
No, good game. Don't bite me.
Your joke is a very bitter apple. Your humor is a spicy sauce.
Then isn't it just the right dish for a sweet goose?
That's a joke you made out of leather. It spreads itself thin from width of an inch to as fat as a yard.
I stretch my joke out for the word fat. If you add that word to the word goose, it shows you are indeed a fat goose.
Why isn't all this joker better than groaning about love? You're being sociable, now you're Romeo. Now you're what you'll learn to be and what you naturally are. This love is of yours is like a blithering idiot who runs up and down looking for a hole to hide his toy in.
Stop.
You want me to stop before my tale is done?
Otherwise your tale would have gotten too long.
Oh, you're wrong. I would have made it short. I've come to the deepest part of my tale, and I plan to say nothing more on the topic.
Here's something good.
A sail! A sail!
There's 2 men and a woman.
Peter.
At your service, mistress.
Good, Peter. Give her a fan to hide her face. Her fan is prettier.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, fair lady.
Is it now afternoon?
It's not earlier than that. I tell you, the lusty hand of the clock is now pricking noon.
Get out of here. What kind of man are you?
I am a man, my lady, that God has made for himself to ruin.
I swear, you speak the truth. For himself to ruin, he says. Gentlemen, can any of you tell me where I can find Romeo?
I can tell you, but Romeo will be older when you find him than he was when you started to look for him. I'm the man by that name because there's no one younger or worse.
You speak well.
Is the wasp well? Very wise.
If you're the Romeo I'm looking for, I would like to talk to you.
She will invite him to some dinner party.
A pimp, I found it.
What have you found?
She's not a prostitute. Romeo, are you going to your father's for lunch? We should go there.
I'll go after you.
Goodbye, ladies.
That dirty rat, I'm not one of his punk friends who carries a knife. Now I swear I'm so angry that I'm shaking all over. Now please, may I have a word with you? My young mistress asked me to find you. What she asked me I'll keep to myself, and if you think of tricking her, it would be an evil thing to do to any woman, and it would be very poor behavior.
Nurse, give me my regards to your Juliet, I swear.
You have a good heart, Lord, she'll be a happy woman.
What are you going to say to her, nurse? You're not paying attention to me.
Sir, I'll tell her that you proposed to her, which I think is the gentlemanly thing to do.
Tell her to sneak out of her house and come to Friar Lawrence's cell so she can make a confession and be married. Here for your efforts.
No, really, sir, I won't take a penny.
I insist you take it. Go on.
This afternoon, sir, she'll be there.
Wait, good nurse. Within an hour, one of my men will come to you behind the abbey and give you a rope. I will be using that rope to climb over the walls at night, and hopefully I will meet Juliet in secret.
May God in heaven bless you. Now I have something to say to you, sir.
What do you have to say?
Well, sir, my mistress is the sweetest lady. There is a guy named Paris who would be happy to claim her as her own. Juliet would rather look at a toad than at him. Don't Rosemary and Romeo begin with the same letter?
Yes, nurse. They both begin with the letter R, but what about that?
R is for the... No, I know it begins with another letter. She says the most beautiful things about you and Rosemary. It would be good if you heard the things she says.
Give me my compliments to your lady.
1,000 times I will. I will go quickly.